When you receive the machine, unpack it and lay it on its back on a counter and remove the transport screw. There is usually 2 in here, and you can use the ruler that comes with the machine to undo that screw. And simple as that. After you have the machine on a sturdy table, you put in the power cord, goes in the back of the machine where the on-off switch is. On the other side you hook up the vacuum cleaner, goes into a hole in the side. The out-of-vac plug goes in on the side of the machine. There is a little lever that screws into this for the spinner system. Then we're going to take off this cover, the front cover. There is a little button in the side of the casting, and we push it in, take the cover off, like so. Now we can see the machine, the spindle, and we can move the skate holder out of the way, and we can now install the grinding wheel. To undo this little nut, put the grinding wheel on, so you can raise the wheel up with the height adjuster on the top of the machine, which is also in the manual. And this is our new thing, it's the spinner dresser. And you undo the screw and you install the spinner with the little clip inside in towards the machine, and these come in different hollows, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, 1 inch, whatever you need. Put the spinner on, put the nut on, and that's all. Cut. To power up the machine, you have an emergency switch in the front, pull that out, and an on-off switch in the back. Lights are on in the machine, and we're now going to just do a demonstration of the dressing system. You should not do this, you should have the front cover on when you do dressing. I just want to show how this is done. Then you press start and stop button for dressing. The wheel is spinning. You lower down the wheel with a lever that comes out on the side, and very carefully get the spinner going. Stop. When the wheel is new, you get a little bit of a bounce. I'm going to show you this again without the cover. Go down with this wheel lightly. When you hear a smooth sound, it is done. And again, don't do this without the cover. I'm going to put the cover on, and the cover slides in on the right hand side like that and just clicks in. And I'm going to show you the dressing again. Now it's going to be clean. You don't get the dust. Like that. We now have a 1/2 inch spinner on there, and now you put the skate in and you set your height of the wheel where you want it to start on the skate with the height adjuster on top of the machine. And then you press your start button. And I have now set it for 1 cycle, 2 passes. You can set the machine for how many passes you want it to do. And the back stroke is always slow. Vacuum turns on off automatically. This is the finished product. It's nice and smooth. That was only 2 passes, which is usually not enough. Good. We're now going to show you how to replace the spinner for a different hollow if you're going to do figure skates or goalie skates. And first of all, you turn the power off, and again you press the button to move the front cover up, like so, and you undo the nut for the spinner, and we're going to pull the spinner off, usually easier with two hands, like that. Then I'm putting on a 3/4 for figure skate, and just put the screw back on. Just have to be finger tight, not over tightening. The cover back on, and power back on, and I'm now going to dress it for figure skates. Start and stop. Down. Lower the wheel. Stop. Put it up. And I'm now going to show you a figure skate. The figure skate sits, or all the skates sits on two rollers down below here. And you can move the skate forward if the heel of the figure skate is rounded off. There is a tendency people do that by mistake. So you put it down on the roller, just clamp it lightly, very lightly. And then we're going to move the skate forward and lower the wheel just below the pick. We want to be as close as we possibly can. You have a fine tuning on the height adjuster, which also is shown in the manual. So as close as possible without touching. Then we press the arrow to the left. The machine goes back into start position, and then we press the stop. Again, I'm only doing a single cycle. Notice it goes always slow on the last pass, so you get the nice polished finish. We're done. I just wanted to show you when you put a skate in, make sure that the steel is below the clamp plates. And when you clamp it very lightly, just snug. And majority of skate sharpening, 2 passes, 1 cycle is not enough. 90% of the time we use 4 cycles, and you just press that button. The machine will then go 8 passes, and as usual the last pass be slow.
You're up.
I'm just going to show you once again how to change the spinner. I'm going to change the spinner back to hockey skates. The screw, and we remove the spinner. It can be a little tight, and now I'm putting the hockey 1/2 inch spinner back on. I should have shown you should actually clean the shaft for the spinner when you do this, and remember the hollow numbers outwards, like so. And we're now ready for sharpening hockey skates. This is your spring tension control. This is set from the factory, but in some cases you want to adjust it. You might want to increase the tension a little bit as the wheel gets smaller, so the wheel can travel further up, and you turn it clockwise if you want to increase the pressure. If the machine seems to be sharpening too hard, that the motor is bogging down, you turn the disc towards you. That make it less spring tension on the wheel. Just have to make sure that the wheel comes up, but not too hard. It shouldn't bounce very hard, just nice and light. And that's all for that. If you need to travel with the machine or ship it in for service down the road, there is a few steps to take. You should take the dresser lever off. You take the cover off, and we're going to take off the grinding wheel. So, and the spinner. Like so. And then every time you take the spinner off, you should clean the stud that it's mounted on. Then you lower down your wheel to the bottom and insert the transport screw that came with the machine in the bottom, so that way the spindle cannot move up and down. And that's all for that. To be able to utilize the spinner dressing system, you have to have a skate holder. We call it a self-centering skate holder. So it doesn't matter what blade's thickness, so you don't have to adjust the machine for different blade thicknesses, and which is included, of course. If you have an existing machine with the regular dressing system without the spinner, we can install the spinner system on your machine with a self-centering holder and the necessary equipment for the spinner dresser, and that can be done. At the last, I like to say, when you dress the wheel, dress very lightly. Don't push too hard on this lever, just so you can hear it cleaning up. And never clamp the skate too hard, and clean your machine inside the dust cover here on a daily basis, or every time you change the spinner. And you should have a long-lasting machine.